What's up guys, it's CV Tsukiyomi. I know I haven't done a deck profile video in a long time, but here I am, I'm doing it right now for you guys. It's going to be on Shadow Paladins. I'm playing the Phantom Blaster Overlord, or Phantom Blaster Dragon build. The reason why I'm playing that build right now, or I'm playing this build right now, is so when set 5 comes out, I can just have a really quick, really easy transition into the Overlord build, which is what I'm going to play. Because having a 13k base is just going to be really good for me and the deck. I feel like that's probably going to be the best build you can play for Shadow Paladins when it comes out. I like Dark Dictator, I like Ildana, but I don't want to play those right now because I am focusing on Phantom Blaster Dragon. Now, this is just like a trial version of the deck. I haven't done too much playtesting with the deck. I've played a few matches here and there, but not really too much because I did just get the cards today. And I already knew how I basically wanted to get a basic setup of the build. And it's been testing out pretty good so far. So, but there is one change that I kind of want to do in here, but I'll explain it later. And yeah, so here it is. And yeah, we'll get into it. And I always start off with the grade 3s. So we're playing 4 Phantom Blaster Dragon just because it's a good card. Not really. It's not actually a very good card. You don't want to use it for its skill. The only fact that it's 11 is what kind of keeps it okay, but it's not a good card at all. Like, its skill is way too risky. You have to neg yourself 3 to get the plus 10,000, and it's not worth it to be perfect guarded. And even when your opponent does perfect, like even if they don't have the perfect guard, I find myself in a lot of situations where it's still not worth it to even use the skill, because remember, if we're playing Phantom Blaster Dragon, this deck doesn't hit high numbers as compared to a lot of the other decks, and when I'm playing this deck, if I'm playing against another really good deck like Gold Paladins or Kagero or Royal Paladins, I'm usually playing catch up with them. I'm usually not the one ahead of the game in the very beginning. I'm usually I'm usually behind. I usually have to like roll myself to the finish line because the deck's just slow compared to those right now. But like I said, when set 5 comes out, it'll be a lot better. I play 1 Dark Metal Dragon. I am probably going to take that out for a Dark Dictator, but I'm just going to keep it in there right now because it looks cool. And then I play 2 caar. Caar's okay. Caar's not a bad card. When you place it on a Vanguard or you place it on a rear guard, you can look at the top card, and if it's a Shadow Paladin, you can call it to a random rearguard circle. It's pretty okay. The only thing I don't like is I have really bad luck with it, and I always end up calling a trigger, and that's not good for me. And Dark Metal's okay in the 10k Vanguard situation, where if your opponent has a 10k Vanguard, I can play this as a Vanguard and then put a Charon behind it, and then swing for 20. But that's kind of rare. I just have it in here because I think it looks cool. And yeah, and then this guy, Phantom Blaster Dragon, he'll be a better card when set 5 comes out, but his skill is, if you have Blaster Dark, he gains plus 1,000, so he becomes 11k, and you can Counterblast 2, retire 3 units, and he gets plus 10,000, which isn't that good, because negging yourself 3 is kind of bad, and its skill is really situational. Like, most of the time, almost 90% of the time, probably 99% of the time, you won't even use it. Grade 2s, I'm playing 1 Blaster Dark. Only 1, because the card's not good at all. The fact that it's only Vanguard-related skill is kind of bad, so it's not that great. I only have 1 because I took Kyle's advice, and playing 1's good because, 1, if you ride Javelin turn 1, you're not going to get hit, because you can't get hit on turn 1, so it's not going to get damage checked. And at worst, if you draw it, you can just always draw it again, which hasn't happened to me yet. That might be a reason to play 2, but I've had like no problems running 1, so it's not bad. It's pretty good for the ride chain, not the skill. You don't want the skill. The only good part is he gets plus 1,000 if Javelin's in the soul, so it becomes a 10k, which is okay. I forgot, that's a grade 2. We should probably keep it there. Then next I play 4 Macha. I really like Macha. I think she's a really good key consistency card. Not so much like a power card, but a very good consistent card. It really helps set up good columns for you. It helps you get a 15 or 16k column, which is pretty good, especially in our format. I don't know how good she's going to be when cross rides come out, because it's hard to say what the meta will be like when cross rides come out. But she's definitely good for getting you to the 15, 16k column and such. I play 4 of them right now, and then I play 2 Skull Witch nemains. So, for those of you guys who don't know, Macha is a Counterblast 2. You get a grade 1 or less, I think, right behind it in the same column, so that's pretty good. That's how you get your 15, 16k columns. Nemain, Skull Witch nemain is you can Counterblast 1, you discard a Shadow Paladin card from your hand, and you draw 2 more. Pretty good. Originally, I thought I would run into counterblasting issues playing the 4 Machas and the 2 Skull Witch. I just thought this was too much for grade 2s. But the reason why I haven't run into too many problems with that is because I also play 3 Cursed Lancer. Its skill doesn't always go off, but I've got it off a few times, so it actually helps open up counterblast for me to go into using a nemain or going into use Macha's skill again, so it's pretty good. Not bad. Cursed Lancer is a damage on flipper with 9,000 power, so it's not bad. Nemain, even though its skill is pretty weak with the 3k, you don't want to ride it, which is why I only play 2. It's only good for like calling it to a rearguard circle. If you gotta ride it as a Vanguard, you're in a really sticky situation, and there's nothing I can tell you besides you probably will drop in some advantage there. And then I play 2 Rugos, I think his name is. It's a 10k vanilla grade 2, so not bad. Yeah, overall I like the grade 2 lineup. I think it's very solid, especially with Macha and nemain to help you gain advantage, because I think in general Macha and nemain are probably going to be the best. They're really good. Both these cards are really good, and they're both really cute, but they really do help the deck be more consistent, and just really gives it a chance to give itself some pluses, so not bad. Grade 1s, I play 4 Maclear, the grade 1 perfect guard. We have to play 4 in this deck because there's too many things out right now that just hit too big, especially with the upcoming trial decks that are just going to do the same thing. It's not going to be very good for us, so next we play 4 Javelin. Part of the ride chain, if you ride it on top of fulbau, you can get a Blaster Dark from your deck. The other skill is you can reveal a grade 3, and I think you can reveal a grade 3 Shadow Paladin from your hand and discard it. When this unit is placed on the rearguard circle, you may pay the cost. If you do, search your deck for up to 1 card named Phantom Blaster Dragon. So it does help you get Phantom Blaster Dragon, which is pretty good. Not bad, but really you only want it to get Blaster Dark. So you kind of get the free plus from the ride chain. So pretty good. You really need this opening hand. I definitely agree with a lot of people. You really need this opening hand. If you don't get an opening hand, you really put yourself in a sticky situation. So, oh well. And then I play 4 Charon, 8k grade 2. You know, standard stuff there. And then I also play 2 Aronhod. It's the Gojo clone. You 7k base. You can rest it to discard a card, draw a card. That's pretty good. I really like it right now, just because I'm always having problems in the deck getting good hands. I always get really crappy hands, and it's not the deck's fault. It's just it is the deck's fault. It's not my fault. It's the deck's fault. And in order to kind of help me out in that kind of situation, I need something that can at least help me get into something I might need later. So these are good. I am thinking about actually dropping 1 Rugos to play 1 Garurubao, and I'll explain it to you in a second why I want to probably play 1 Garurubao just for fun. I want to do it to be a hipster, but besides that, there is a reasoning behind it. I'll get into it in a second. Let's just move on until I get into it because it won't make any sense until the trigger lineup comes into play. So, alright, and our starting Vanguard is fulbau. It's really the only good one. So you ride Blaster Javelin on top and you go to town with it. So get the plus. And then next, the trigger lineup, because this is all we're allowed to play for right now, because set 5 is not out. 4 critical, 4 stand. Now this is why I want to play that 1 tech fulbau, or garurubau, sorry. Garurubau, for those of you guys who don't know, it's a grade 1 with 7k base, and when it's attacking, it gets the plus 2000. And the reason why I want to consider playing it is because of these tremendously awful stands. Because right now with Shadow Paladins we can only play stands, I feel like it kind of forces you to play the deck more aggressive, especially like throughout the whole game. More importantly, early game, because if we hit a stand early game, it's going to be useless and pointless. So I want to play more grade 1s that are going to give me an offensive option like Garurubau, because if I play Garurubau and I have it on turn 1 and I swing with a Vanguard and I, let's say I have Garurubau in a rearguard circle and I have something in the Vanguard circle and I swing and I get a stand, it's really good. It really complements Garurubau's skill to be a grade 1 attacker. And the stands, like, you have to work with the stands, and that's what I feel like I might want to play the Garurubau for now. But I don't know yet. I haven't really decided. I would definitely take out stands and play more crits or draws. And then 4 draws. And then 4 heals. When set 5 comes out, I will probably try 8 crit, 4 draw, 4 heal. But I'm also going to try 6 crit, 6 draw, and 4 heal. Because when I talked to Robbie Cole in the summer, he told me his initial Royal Phantom Blaster Overlord build was playing 6 crit and 6 draw. So I kind of want to try it. He gave me the idea earlier in the summer. I think it was around June when I saw him at a Yu-Gi-Oh! Regional. He told me he was playing 6 crit and 6 draw. So I think I want to give that a try as well. So we'll see, guys. But that's the deck. And overall, not a bad deck by any means. It's a good deck for its time, I guess. It's could be better, but we have to just wait until set 5. And this deck is for sale, guys. You just have to message me if you want it. Just PM me and I'll PM you right back. I am only taking PayPal right now, so if you want, just send me a message and I'll give you guys a deal on it. So, yeah, just PM me if you want to buy the deck. That's my deck, guys. Remember, it is a trial version. I am thinking about taking out 110k grade 2 for a Garurubau, and we'll see about that. We'll see what happens at locals. And yeah, so thank you guys. Peace out.